Let's dig into the creepiest mysteries no one ever solved. Number 12. Lars Mittank. In 2014, 28-year-old German tourist Lars Mittank vanished without a trace. And the footage is haunting. While vacationing in Bulgaria, he got into a fight that left him with a ruptured eardrum and began acting paranoid. He texted his mother saying people were trying to kill him and later checked into a hotel where he reportedly hid under the bed and fled in the middle of the night. The next day, at the airport, security cameras caught him suddenly sprinting out of the terminal, leaving all his belongings behind. He ran into the woods barefoot and was never seen again. No body, no evidence, no answers. Just one of the most chilling disappearances ever caught on camera. Number 11. Monster with 21 Faces. In 1984, a masked group calling themselves the Monster with 21 Faces launched a terror campaign in Japan. It began with the kidnapping of Glyco's CEO who escaped, but then the real chaos started. The group threatened to lace popular candy products with cyanide and even planted real poisoned items in stores. Major brands like Glyco and Morinaga pulled products from shelves costing millions. The group taunted police with letters full of riddles, sarcasm, and insults. Investigators chased leads for years, but every suspect slipped away. One police superintendent even died by suicide over the case's failure. And then the threats just stopped. No one was ever caught. No motive ever confirmed. Just silence, and candy companies still looking over their shoulders. Number 10. The Yuba County Five. In 1978, 5 men from Yuba County, California, all with mild intellectual disabilities, set out to watch a college basketball game. They never made it home. Their car was later found abandoned on a remote mountain road, miles off their route with no signs of damage. Months later, their bodies were discovered in bizarre conditions. One man in a forest, others near a ranger cabin, and one inside the cabin, dead from starvation, despite being surrounded by untouched food, matches, and heating. No one knows why they veered so far off course or why they didn't use the supplies. Number 9. Cicada 3301. In 2012, a cryptic message appeared online, an image with a hidden code, signed 3301. It kicked off one of the most elaborate internet scavenger hunts in history, involving steganography, ancient texts, obscure number theory, and GPS coordinates that led solvers to posters in cities around the world. The organization behind it? Completely anonymous. Those who cracked the early puzzles were contacted and then vanished from public forums. Some say it was a recruitment tool for a spy agency or hacker collective. Others believe it was a test run for something bigger, but no one has ever taken credit, and no final message was ever revealed. To this day, Cicada 3301 remains the internet's most disturbing unsolved riddle. Number 8. Maura Murray. In 2004, 21-year-old college student Maura Murray packed her car, told her professors there was a family emergency, and drove off into rural New Hampshire. Hours later, she crashed on a remote road. A witness spoke to her, said she seemed shaken but unharmed. Police arrived just minutes after the call, but Maura was gone. No footprints, no signs of struggle, and no trace of her ever surfaced. Her phone and credit cards were never used again. For nearly 2 decades, investigators, internet sleuths, and her family have searched, but the case remains ice cold. What happened in those few minutes? No one knows, and that's exactly what keeps people obsessed. Number 7. The Isdal Woman. In 1970, hikers in Norway's Isdalen Valley stumbled upon a woman's charred body hidden among the rocks. Her belongings were bizarre: wigs, coded notes, and multiple passports, all under fake names. The labels on her clothes were cut off, and her fingerprints had been sanded down. Investigators quickly ruled the death suspicious, but couldn't prove if it was suicide, murder, or something far more covert. Many believe she was a Cold War spy caught in a deadly game. Despite a global investigation, her identity remains a mystery. No one knows who she was, why she died, or who wanted her gone. Number 6. The Axeman of New Orleans. Between 1918 and 1919, New Orleans was haunted by a shadowy figure who broke into homes at night and murdered people with their own axes. Dubbed the Axeman, he left no fingerprints, no consistent victim type, just blood, chaos, and fear. Then it got weirder. He sent a letter to the newspapers claiming to be a demon who loved jazz and promised to spare anyone playing it loudly on a specific night. The city erupted into music, with every club packed and jazz blaring from windows. And that night, no one was killed. The Axeman struck again, later, then vanished. His identity was never discovered, and his twisted blend of music and murder remains one of the creepiest unsolved cases in American history. Number 5. Brian Shaffer. In 2006, 27-year-old medical student Brian Shaffer went out for drinks at a bar in Columbus, Ohio. Security cameras captured him entering the bar, but never leaving. Not through the front, not through the back, not at all. The footage was reviewed frame by frame. Nothing. No one saw him slip out, disguise himself, or sneak past. He just vanished inside a public place, in a building with only one way in or out. His wallet, phone, and credit cards were never used again. No leads, no suspects, no body. One moment, he was joking with friends. The next, he was gone. It's like the bar swallowed him whole. And to this day, no one can explain how. Number 4. The Cape Intruder. In the early 2000s, residents of an upscale Seattle neighborhood started waking up to a chilling discovery. Someone had been inside their homes at night. Nothing was missing. No signs of forced entry. But doors were left open, and people reported seeing a man in a cape standing silently in their bedrooms just watching them sleep. He never said a word, never took a thing, just stared and vanished. Multiple break-ins followed the same creepy pattern. Police were baffled. Alarms didn't stop him. Locks didn't matter. Then, just as suddenly as he started, the Cape Intruder disappeared. No arrest, no identity, no explanation. One of the most unsettling mysteries to ever fade into silence. Number 3. The Mesa Bones Case. In 2005, a woman in Mesa, Arizona opened a storage unit her ex-husband had abandoned. What she found inside wasn't furniture. It was a human skull, hidden in a Rubbermaid container. Police arrived and uncovered an entire skeleton, meticulously stored like a forgotten item. The ex-husband? Gone. He'd already fled the country and never returned. The remains belonged to an unidentified woman, and to this day, no one knows who she was, how she died, or why her body was hidden like a dark secret in a suburban storage unit. One anonymous body, one vanished man, and no answers, just a container full of questions. Number 2. Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon. In 2014, Dutch students Kris Kremers and Lisanne Froon went hiking in the jungles of Panama and never returned. Days later, their backpack was found miles away, strangely dry and intact, containing both their phones and a camera. The phones showed desperate, failed attempts to call for help, but it was the photos that chilled everyone. Nighttime shots taken days after they vanished, one showing the back of someone's head, another pure darkness, as if someone was blindly clicking for help or documenting something terrifying. Eventually, bone fragments were found, bleached and scattered. No cause of death, no clear timeline, just mystery, fear, and the jungle keeping its secrets. Which case creeped you out the most? And what disturbing mystery should we include in part 2? Let me know in the comments. But first, here's the final one. Number 1. The Headroom Hijack. In 1987, Chicago viewers were watching the news when the screen suddenly went black. Then came a man in a Max Headroom mask, wobbling in front of a spinning metal background. The audio was warped. The message? Nonsense. Minutes later, it cut out, but it didn't stop there. Later that night, during a Doctor Who rerun, the masked figure returned, this time with disturbing gestures, bizarre rambling, and someone spanking him with a fly swatter. The entire thing aired live. The hijacker somehow broke into 2 major TV signals, something that should have been impossible. The FCC and FBI launched full investigations and came up empty. No identity, no motive, no arrests. Just one of the creepiest unsolved cybercrimes ever broadcast into America's living rooms.